Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody had a fun Monday. Obviously, as we're heading into the week, I know Christmas is coming. I'm enjoying. I obviously haven't thought about Christmas shopping right now because that's the least of my problems right now. But I like the time of the year where you just get to relax, enjoy Christmas as it is. I know for some people, toys is everything for Christmas. Kids just want to get up every morning, see the Christmas tree. On a Saturday morning, on Christmas Eve, just to be a part of the family. I mean, for me personally, my Christmas is gonna be a little different. It's not gonna be what it is when I was a kid. Now I just want to enjoy and relax, and then just refresh and be ready for the new year, which is 2019, which is going to be coming up very soon, as we all know it. So, as you guys know, welcome to the second edition of the Room. This is where I talk sports talk about the Blue Jays, MLB, the NBA, Raptors, NHL, hockey, you name it. This is about me, talking about my opinion on some news that I picked that is very interesting that I like to talk about it. So if you guys really enjoy everything that I said, make sure you follow, make sure you have a like on this video at the end. But wow, just breaking news today. As a Blue Jay fan, I'm a huge Blue Jay fan. I'm sure everybody knows that. Even my whole family knows I'm a Blue Jay fan. Troy Tulowitzki just got released today. For me personally, how do I go about, understanding the move? Uh, to me, I wasn't. To me, I was a little surprised that this was going to happen because, you know, back I would say back like 5 months ago, I would believe Troy Tulowitzki came out and said that he's a shortstop first and he's not going to change his ways and blah blah blah. And this is just me speculating, just me just paraphrasing what he just said. Um, am I surprised the Jays went down this road? I think so. I think for two parties, I think Ross Atkins made it clear, speaking to Tulo's agent, that it was best for both parties to move on. And obviously, it's a lot of money the team's going to eat because that's a lot of money you're giving to Troy. Um, you know what? I'm going to remember. The only thing I'm going to remember about Troy is when he first came in 2015 and 2016. What he's done for this team. He brought a new dynamic for us as a shortstop. Were there times where he wasn't healthy? Yeah, but we remember the good times that Troy has come up clutch in the playoffs for us. So those are some of the good memories that Brooke and I really can have, and I really really enjoyed what Tulo had brought to this clubhouse. He not only brought veteran leadership to the group, but he brought his but also he brought just a pedigree in the dugout and in the locker room. And Blue Jay fans should be thanked. We should all be thanking Troy for his time here. And I wish Troy nothing but the best. Obviously, it's a tough situation for him, at his age, trying to get back into the game. Obviously, everybody knows MLB's transition to being younger now. Guys are younger, they're faster, and they hit, and they're stronger, and there's a lot of speed going in this game. So I can understand, that life's passing Troy by, but obviously it had to be done, and it was no surprise. I mean, like I said, I think right now with the Toronto Blue Jays going forward, we are going to start being younger, and I think it'll give him a chance now. That have a roster full of young guys, and I think having Gurriel be the starting shortstop is probably the way to go. Obviously, Captain Biggio is going to he's going to come in. He is going to try and fight for a roster. So is Bo Bichette. I just think that the future is bright for the team. Now, shortstop's not going to be the end all be all. Obviously, right now, as the states right now, the Jays do need a lot of pitching. Obviously, they need starting pitching and they need relievers. I'm not saying the relievers that we have on the team are good enough. I just think that we just need like quality guys that can pitch innings and not go where things went wrong. But I just think just hearing about the news today, my thought process hasn't come up with. But I just think that I think Tulo will find his way. I'm sure a team will take a chance on him, and I think that he will reinvigorate his career. So I'm really, ecstatic for him. So again, good luck to him. Obviously, there was some news about whether Sanchez and Stroman to be traded. Now, me personally, I wouldn't trade either of them yet because again, Sanchez has been hampered with that finger of his. It's obviously been a problem for him all season long, and injuries has not been kind to him. Marcus Stroman, on the other hand, listen, people can say what you want about his personality, yada yada yada. He is who he is. He brings positive energy. He wears his emotions on his sleeve, on the mound, every fifth day start. He's a guy that we'd still have on the mound, and he is a Toronto Blue Jay. He loves being here. He's made that clear. And even if there was a good deal out there, I wouldn't trade him at all too. But obviously this is a business. It's a cruel business in pro sports. So I think right now the question is, I'm sure there's a lot of questions going around. Is Sanchez a bullpen guy or is he a starter? I mean, honestly, right now with this figure problem, I think the only way to limit him from not getting injury is to put him in the bullpen, which is probably a safe bet. But knowing Sanchez, he is a starter. He wants to overcome the hurdles. He wants to overcome some adversity. Obviously, it's been tough for him personally, mentally, and physically. So, I mean, I think the Blue Jays are on the right track to try and see what we can acquire. Obviously, we're not going to get the Bryce Harpers and the Manny Machados of the world. I just think that they're coming to the season with a young team that's going to be different. And I don't know much about Charlie Montoyo other than knowing his days in Tampa Bay. The only thing I can remember knowing about him a little bit, he does develop the young guys. He does teach guys to play the right way. And I'm hoping next year he will take us till he'll probably just take the team to where they want to go. It may not be the playoffs, but if he can just develop these guys the right way and play better on the field, then time will tell if we're gonna have a good season or not a good season. So that way I have to hold my control until next spring. So now tonight, obviously Raptor fans, Raptors they're on a 4-game West Coast trip. Obviously we call it the death trip, even though we were 4-0 in that last road trip that last West Coast trip we had. Obviously it's gonna be tough now because we're in California and LA tonight playing the Clippers. Tomorrow night, we are playing the Golden State Warriors. Now you got Steph, Draymond, and Clay, and Kevin Durant are all healthy now. And Kawhi Leonard's remain to be seen. Is he going to play? He is going to play tonight. That is confirmed by the Raptors that he's going to play tonight against the Clippers. Tomorrow night, we don't know for sure. Obviously, there were some notes that I took from Kyle Lowry's. Obviously, Kyle Lowry's his bad shooting is kind of creating a lot of negativity of his image. Listen, guys, I'm going to be real with you guys. I've watched Kyle Lowry since he first got here. Yes, he doesn't talk to the media. Yes, he can be a smartass. Yes, he is who he is. He plays. He has a lot of emotions. He plays the game hard. He's a pit bull. That's who he is. He's not going to struggle for long, guys. Yes, we've seen in the past Kyle Lowry has struggled in the postseason because he's 33. Yes, the age catches up to him, but he's trying. We wouldn't be winning 21 games without him. And because Leonard is still trying to find his way in Toronto, trying to find his way to get his game going before the playoffs begin, I just think that, the fans need to relax and just chill, man. I mean, you can't just kill a guy because he's turning down shots and he's not shooting with conviction. It happens. Shooters miss shots all the time. I'm sure Reggie Miller had streaks where he couldn't buy a bucket. I'm sure Magic Johnson had trouble shooting the ball at one point. I'm sure there were nights that Michael had off nights, but he could still be clutch in the end. So my whole point is that we can't point to one guy that the team is failing on a 2-game losing streak. Guys, like I said in my last podcast, the Raptors are in here for a long haul. We could care less about winning 60 games in the regular season. We're judging on what we can do in the postseason. Yes, we lost. Yes, we lost to the Milwaukee Bucks. It is tough. It has been tough. But you know what? We didn't have Kawhi Leonard and they didn't have Giannis last game. But I thought Sunday we had an opportunity to win the game. Yes, if Kyle made that 3-pointer, the game would have been done. We would be like going in the locker room, celebrating and getting that victory. Now, there is time to compete against the Milwaukee Bucks. It's not like, we're not going to see them forever. If we see them in the playoffs, we know what to do if we're going to win. We can beat them. Yes, they're long. They are very aggressive, and I think Giannis, he does create problems. Yes, he does drive the basketball. Yes, he is. He's going to be better than LeBron in the next 5 years. But he is the real deal. I know he is. So, but again, I wouldn't harp on the 2-game losing streak that we're having, guys. We've won 21 games. We only lost 7 games. Imagine if we didn't win 21 games. I want everybody to understand this very clearly. We would be having problems if we didn't win 21 games. So obviously, it's not a concern. I'm not concerned. You shouldn't be concerned. I know Kyle's going to turn it around. I've watched this guy day in, day out on TV, and I've watched Kyle Lowry at the games. He knows when to turn it on. So everybody, I want you guys to relax, chill. Tonight we're gonna go into the Staples Center and we're gonna get a win against the Clippers, and prepare for tomorrow night against the Golden State Warriors, against the champs. And this is gonna test how we are against the winning teams, and it's gonna help a lot for this team. Another news that I'm also gonna make is Danny Green came out and I think he spoke with Sportsnet yesterday. He made it known that he wants to be a Raptor, even if Kawhi doesn't sign back with us. And you know what? I love Danny Green. And this is what people don't understand. Yes, we got Kawhi Leonard, but people forget Danny Green's been in the league for a while now. He knows when to knock down shots, but his greatest attribute is being a good wing defender. That's who he has been. That's what he takes pride in. He knows what it takes to, guard his man from the basket. That's what Danny Green has done. And the not only thing, Danny Green has brought a lot of leadership and abilities to the squad. It's rubbing off on Siakam. It's rubbing off Van Fleet, DeLon Wright, OG Anunoby, Norm Powell. Like those guys, like these guys, when they see what Danny Green has accomplished, he has really, elevate this team with that veteran presence. So I think having him here, even if we don't sign Kawhi Leonard, but I'm not really worried about that right now. But I like Danny Green. I like what he has done for this team, and he can continue to be what he is. And I think having him and Leonard together, we're going to be in games. Because I hate this notion where, and I don't like to say this about DeMar DeRozan. Again, I love DeMar DeRozan. I've respected DeMar DeRozan. He has been the best Raptor so far. I hope one day his jersey does get retired with us. But you have two guys who won championships before. They know what it's like to win every night. They've been through the grind. That's why having these two guys, they've been through the grind. They know what it's like to lose, to go on the losing streaks, and how you respond. And I think tonight, this will help this Raptors team get back on track. And again, I'm not worried about the losing streak. Losing is not something that I need to worry about. All I want to worry about for the Raptors is they help that, make sure that second unit is consistent on a daily basis. And the 3-pointers, I'm not concerned. I'm sure they will be knocked down. But I think the main thing for this team is to keep on playing defense and stay in games. That's the only thing that's going to help this team going into this season and going into the postseason. When you're going to need that defense, this is what the guys need to focus on. So that's something that I want this team to focus on. So again, guys, relax. Raptor fans, stop panicking. It's not like the first time we've lost games before. Be proud that we have a team that's fighting every night. Yes, we've lost to Brooklyn and we lost to Milwaukee. We lost to teams that we should have won, but guess what? It happens in the NBA. You're not going to win every game. You're not going to be 82-0. It's not going to happen. The Warriors were fortunate to win 73-9 or 73. Yeah, 73-9. They were fortunate to win 73 games. But that's different. It's a grind. 82 games is not something to play with. There's ups and downs, guys. This is what it is. We've all watched NBA. I've watched NBA since I was like a kid. From going from watching Jordan to Magic to Shaquille O'Neal to Kobe to AI. I've watched the NBA. I've lived what it's like to watch an NBA game. It's not easy winning in this league. So I'm enjoying the ride. The Raptors are going to turn around, guys. You will see a difference after this road trip, going after the All-Star break, and then when the postseason arrives, that's when it begins. So I want everybody to just relax, calm down, chill. It's going to be fine. Now, getting back to the Maple Leafs. I know some of my friends who are Leaf fans, and they probably hate me right now if I'm about to say this. Guys, I'm going to be flat honest with you. I'm going to pump the brakes. I'm going to relax on how I'm going to say this to you guys. The Maple Leafs are not tough enough. They're just not. Watching Saturday's game against the Boston Bruins, it felt like we quit. That's just how I felt like. It felt like we quit. It's not that they didn't try. It just felt like they quit. I said in my last podcast, the only way to win a championship, to go deep in the postseason, you got to have a mental toughness in order to not only compete with teams like Tampa, compete with teams like Pittsburgh, compete with Washington, and your arch nemesis, the Boston Bruins. If anybody thinks the Maple Leafs are going to get an easy matchup this year in the postseason, you have another thing coming. Because probably know the same Boston team we just played on Saturday night, I wouldn't be surprised there's another matchup against these guys. Yes, we know the Bruins are dirty. I know they're a dirty team. I've watched them long enough to know that they're the most disgusting fan base in the entire sports. Yes, I said it. I'm being very brutally honest. I never liked Boston. I think Boston, they're nasty, and their fan base has to be the most horrendous fan base in pro sports. That's just how I feel about this team. Now, my argument watching the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, the Hyman hit, I kind of agree. It was blindsided and it was kind of dirty. Did he deserve 2 games? No, but guess what? It is what it is. He's suspended for 2 games. He's got to learn. He's got to learn the consequences. Now, Don Cherry, Hockey Central, those guys have been talking. Timothy said they've been talking. You have to protect your star players. The Toronto Maple Leafs have to have some balls to go after guys who go after your top guys. You look at Austin Matthews, what Cromwell did to him on Thursday, there was no response. Same thing, Marner. He got decked from behind. Where is the guys that we need to step up and give him a pushback and say, hey, you can't touch my star player, I'm going to touch your star player. You need that. That's why I've been saying the Leafs look like they're soft, because there's no toughness on this team. You need guys who can not only play dirty in a good way, but help this team excel. And I've said it before. Freddie Anderson is not going to carry you guys all season long. The defense has to step up. It has to. Austin Matthews is not going to score every game. John Tavares is not going to be scoring every game. If anybody's asking where John Tavares is, I'm sorry, you're paying $11 million. You need other people to step up. The third line's got to step up. The fourth line's got to step up. This is what the Maple Leafs are going to be dealing with all season long. People are calling them soft. How are you going to respond? Tonight, they're in Carolina. The same team who they cannot beat. It's like the Toronto Blue Jays who cannot beat the Tampa Bay Rays. That's just how it is. There's that one team for Toronto that they just cannot beat, and that's the Hurricanes. I don't know why. What's so special about the Hurricanes? I don't think they're a good team. I think they got quality young players. I don't think they're a playoff team. But for whatever reason, if this team does not show up tonight against a mediocre Carolina Hurricanes, then I'm really questioning what Kyle Dubas and Shanahan are doing anyways. You guys know Garrett Sparks is not a real backup goaltender. You guys knew that from the start. He may have won an AHL championship, but that's the minors we're talking about. This is the NHL we're talking about. These are where big boys are happening. So my whole thing is the Maple Leafs need to go and get a defenseman. There are rumors that they're going to try and go get Alex Pietrangelo. Maybe that's a good fit. I think he still has a lot of game in him left. Yes, he does have a 6.9 cap hit. Is he worth it? I think so. You know what they also need? A big forward. I know some people may disagree with me, but guess what? I'd rather have a Wayne Simmons put his body in front of a net and score goals